Hey, and welcome back. I am having trouble again with my setting up my live stream settings. I have no idea what is going on, but my OBS app opened like about three or four connections with or three or four instances of the app, and nothing was working. So it just took me a little while to get going. So today I am working on a, well, we don't want to make that a design set. I am working on oxygen again. I have a plant wholesaling nursery website that we're building, and I was having some problems with the front end displaying. I wanted to, so we've got simple products and variable products, and I was wanting to show them all so that you could see like a little table of the variable products. There we go. And this was giving me a lot of pain because this one is my, well, here's an example of, I don't know if I set that, if I finished setting that. Oh, I haven't. Okay, well, here's a good example. Something I need to tidy up. Um, when it's a simple product, I just want it to say five in stock and the price. And obviously, I don't want to show this table. But when it is a variable product, I don't want to show this information. I just want to show this information. Pardon me. But I haven't done that yet. So let's open up this template and we shall make some changes. My product archive. Oh, I'm running out of coffee. Okie doke. Notice Oxygen opens up a little faster since the latest updates, which is great. But this site I've not optimized for speed at the moment, so it is like running pretty slow and clunky. But generally, I'll do all the optimization at the end. Though perhaps it might be more beneficial to do it beforehand because it does take a little while to load. Um, I did have a go at starting this site in Breakdance, but there were just too many customizations and little tidbits that um, I wanted to do that just I couldn't do or work out as quickly in Breakdance at the moment. But I think for um, simple few page sites and really simple e-commerce sites, I think I'll give it a go. What's going on up here? There's some, looks like we might have a facet that I meant to include there. What's going on with that one? No. Text sort. It's another sort. Why would I have another sort? Huh. Not too sure what's going on there, but I was thinking of having another search up here for on mobile. So I found that I might actually need to create a second search facet, and having two instances of the same facet on the same page, I don't think it works, but we shall find out. Now, what is that little line there? Not sure, I'll work that out later. So what I wanted to do was conditionally set this box here. So I've got, oh look, I think I started, but I just didn't finish. So this will display when it's a single only product. And then this one is my variable. And I just like to rename them sometimes when there's a lot of elements on the page and it's starting to get a little bit intricate. So we only want this to show when product type. You're going to show me? No. Product type. Product type is variable. That's the only time we want the table to show. Now I'm thinking because obviously I've set this one to single only. I'm wondering if, the client accidentally creates a grouped product, or maybe they want to start doing downloadable products in the future. They're going to at least want that to display. So I'm thinking what I might do is I'm going to change this to not variable. And in that way, if we create a grouped product or a downloadable product, is it downloadable? Virtual product, then the pricing and the quantities will still show. So that's probably a better idea than single only. So we'll save that. And now that should fix this here. Now I think some of these products I haven't actually got information, like they're not all fully filled out at the moment. That's something I've still got to do, but now we've just got the data that we want. I tend to focus on functionality first, and I don't do a whole lot of design stuff until I actually get the workings of um, the text and the images to be displaying in the manner that I want them to, and then we'll work out the layout um, afterwards. Now, the other thing I want to do is uh, on my single product page, will that open? Yeah. On my single product page, when you drop down here, you can actually see the price beside them. So I want to add that on. Well, that's pretty. I like that. I actually want to add that on the other page, and I'm thinking also if we don't, you might set a condition on these boxes as well, so that if there are no items, then we just won't show that at all. So that's something on my little to-do list. I'll write that down. Single product condition on upsells and cross sells. There we go. On my little to-do, and I think we need to fix up some coloring on there. But like I said, I haven't really done much in the design side of things as yet. Anyone interested in seeing how because this was really tricky. I'm a little bit tech savvy, but I was having a hard time getting this information to display essentially on the, where is it? On this one, we've got so this is my archive page. We've got a repeater showing each single product. And then this one is a nested repeater. It's actually a repeater in there, as you can see here. Now, the query that we used to find that was product type variation, and where the post parent is the same as the, let me turn Jarvis off. Oh, it's going to reload the page. Is it going to reload the page? Bugger. Oh, bugger. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Damn you, Jarvis. Lovely. Okay. Oh, that was annoying. Okay. Oh, we reloaded. Lexing on the competition. Actually, we might optimize for speed a little bit because this is getting ridiculous. So I don't think there's any connection to my CDN. I think I've attach that. Um, I don't think WP Rocket is configured at all. It's just sitting there turned on, taking up space. Um, is it on? Yeah, it's on. But let's see. Okay, now I forget what I was doing. I was showing you this little section. Yeah. So we were in the advanced query. So this post parent in, it would just be post ID, and that's how you would get your advanced query there. Then, because um, the only the only dynamic field that was working was um, yeah, this is super slow. Okay, I just don't think it likes doing anything inside that repeater. Let's take it out of there. I'll show you the code block anyway. So essentially, um, we called the uh, products, then we set variables where we pulled in an attribute that I've created in, where is it? In these attributes here, which is called current height. Then the price, which we pulled in using this one, and then the quantity field, which we pulled in using this one. Now, because my repeater takes care of the query, I just have to write the code to pull in the fields. So that kind of makes it really easy, not having to actually write out the queries, I suppose. And then this is a little bit crude. I get it. And my very long echo along here to print out my table line. I didn't actually want it in a table. I just wanted it to sort of appear in columns because I'm not too sure how I want to style it. And I just felt like it could be um, styled a little easier that way for me. And then I got my CSS, which is basically just that, which is great. So that's how I got the variations table to appear, and then obviously set it conditional. And the same thing happens for, we got this open as page, and the same thing happens for, if we want to go to, I think this should show yeah, so if we go to a single product page versus one with variations, so this one will show us the single price and this one will show us the variations. So that's pretty much it. What else are we going to do? Got to create my home FAQ and contact pages. So that's what I'll be working on today. But I just wanted to show off those little bits that I was having some issues with. Remove that, update that. What have we got about us? Okay, so I have just been looking at um, how I want to lay out my About Us page. Generally, what I'll do is I'll just lay out, sort of like a high level blocks of what content I want where. Uh, Generally, I don't like using columns for some reason. I just feel like I don't have as much control over them. Um, okay, now that's not. Now I've got a serious speed problem on my site. Heading. I wish that the heading that you had to set it to H1, but it like automatically populated at H2 because I find a lot of the time I'll miss like one or two H1 headings and I'll have two on the same page, which is a little bit annoying. So that would be really cool if they could do that. Duplicate that. There we go. And here we'll put in some text and in an image. Okay. I think that's just a mistake there. Section. Okay. Now I might just have like icon text div. So I'm just going to give these all the outer div at least. No, the inner one is going to be blend. Oops. Come up, there it is. I'm going to give these all a class so I can style them together. And then I'm going to give the outer box command icon box outer. And then outer box. Okay. And then this one we might go this way. Layout, row, wrap. I'm gonna actually, no, I'm only gonna have three at a time. And, okay, that's nice. Box. Make all these centered. This text we might make centered. Typography centered. At 10. Oh, why isn't that applying everywhere? Did I apply it to the new? Oh, we didn't start. Okay, here's a little trick. Hopefully it'll work. Typography. Oh, it did. Oh no, hang on. There we go. Now, why isn't that one applying? Ah, we didn't set the outer. Is it the outer one? Plant icon box. And this one. Oh no, we did set the outer one. Oh, wait. Now they're all the same. And This one, we do a background color that's just that slight off color. Then we'll add padding on the outer. We might not need to do that, but let's go back to this one and go borders 20. That's a bit too round. Let's try 15. Cool. This is where I want to do my padding. There we are. Now, why is that one? Spam text messages. Yep. No. Pine box, outer, outer, outer. Oh. Okay, just checking that the classes have been applied properly. So something here, it looks like my padding on this one's been applied to an outer one. Look at that. What is going on? Fix up that text. Now we want this one. No. Yes, it is that one. We want this one to have the padding. And it does. Okay. Now the outer box, this one, and the inner box. Yep, the one with the background. So if I want to put a border around it and then fill it in with the color, I like to have that other div and then just for other reasons down the road sometimes, just with what I got in mind. Okay. What am I doing? That's right. Background, little effects, box shadow, something. Yeah, maybe even that color. There you go. Do like that. Okay, let's change these to something. What? Oh, this was happening with my Oxy Ultimate. Um, let's see. Where? There was a couple of elements that was causing a problem with my icons, and I haven't worked out which one it was, but when I disabled the element, the icons started working again. So I've just disabled, I know it's not the menu because my other site where I was having that problem, the menus were working. I was using the animated heading and that didn't have a problem with it. So it may be something in this section or something in this section. So I guess we'll find out. I shall. So the issue that I had was that we've got another editor open. I don't think I do. So I had a couple of issues. One was that my um, composite elements weren't working, so you could click on them but nothing would happen. Go all the way down to the bottom. I don't know if I've got the same issue here. But yeah, it was like nothing. See, the text goes, but my drop down button, that wasn't working. So I come back to here. I think we've refreshed now. Okay, now it's working. Interesting. It must be one of those headings. Oops. I was going to say it looks too much like a clover, and it's because it is a clover. Oh, maybe a flower? Oh, pardon me. There we go. Let's put a couple of images in here. And I'm thinking, oops. Layer, oops, size. We might make that a maximum width of, say, 500. Now, why is that not going to? Okay. There are some little bits and pieces where it's like, oh, that's not the same as how I'm used to doing it. Okay. So this section here, what's our H2 site heading? H2. Um, okay, something's going on weird there. Okay, we'll just leave that. Now I do have a lorem ipsum generator open, I think. Sometimes when I get these issues, uh, no, it's not gonna work. Sometimes duplicating the section, the duplicate will be fine, but there's obviously something weird going on there. So let's just add another section. Come on. And that was it. And we've got the heading, put that in there, and then we've got div, and then our text, and then we'll go a div, and then an image. And what was the image we picked before? This one. Center cover. Maximum 500 pixels. High section. Horizontal. And what we're going to do is layout inline flex? No, right, flex, right. And then I'm going to set the width of these. So what's going on with that div? Div. So this, it should be 100% width, yep. And then this one, the div, I'm gonna go col dash 50p as in, or 50 PC for percent. And then this one is also gonna be a col 50%. And we'll go back to this one and we'll go layout. Always get these up. Column? No, row. Yay! I always get them mixed up. Okay. Now this site heading to, I think, there we go. Lovely. Let's put a little bit of a border. What do we do about that? Yeah, 15, that's nice. And we'll get our lorem ipsum text there. Let's maybe have 2 paragraphs of text and might in this, I might just set a gap of 10 maybe. Now this is going to change to the block element, sorry, the ID, because I only want to style this particular section, and that looks good. Apply. Oh, there we go. This one. Now with this one, what we're going to do with this one. Actually, let's just do the same as what we've done here. We'll just duplicate it, but for the first one, we'll swap these around. So let's see if I can just do it with the layout, because I think, can we go wrap it? Oh, it doesn't work. Damn. Okay. We'll just go wrap and then we'll just swap these around. Nice. So we'll go there and there. We'll change this picture. So green. Let's get a different color. Maybe it's really green. So maybe some yellow. Oh, that must be a really small image. Ah, yep. Okay. Um, um, hmm. Okay, I think these ones just go, and then I'm not really liking that or not really loving that, so we might change this background color for a border. And the dark green border. And yeah. Now, for some reason, I don't think applying a style to the icons actually works for sizing. So I tend to just style. I mean, there's only three of them, so it's probably fine. Okay, let's get a bit of text for these. Okay, and we had better give these outer boxes a width, and we do want to have them stretch. It's not working. Okay, flex, and no, wrong way. I think it's, I always thought it was aligned content. I always get it wrong. Always, always, always. Space around. Maybe what I'm needing is to change the height to 100% on here. But there we go. I always struggle with that. I started really getting into grid, but then since the Flexbox controls in Oxygen changed, it really helped me understand those CSS codes, or it's helping me to understand it a little better. I still struggle with it, but not as much. What's going on with? So this is the one we probably, there we go. So if this one, I want them all to be centered like that. There we go. Oh, da 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 da. Yeah, that might be enough. Okay, let's scale this down. A. Um, See, I thought I made the image. There we go. So what I should do now is go image, square. If I could spell, Qare. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy everything from my ID to my class. Then just so if I make changes on one, I'm going to delete um, all the no, I'm going to delete all the changes to the ID. But now on my class, it will all be set as I want it. It's pretty easy just to add that one image back in. But now I can just come up here, we'll delete that, and we'll add that class, and we'll add that image back. Oops, add that image back in. So now it's all, it's all nice. Okay, but at this size, what we might do is we're going to change the uh, size of these columns. So we have set it to be 50%. So now that I'm styling it, we'll have to, I don't know, let's see. Because we don't really want it to be 50% all the way, do we? Hey, let's just play around with it for a little bit. Let's see what 30% looks like. 30 and 70. Yeah, that's probably okay. So maybe what we'll do is we'll take off this and we'll change it to for content to call image text. Cool. Now, why did I put that on that div? And then this one. So this one's gonna be 50%. Go 50% there and there. And then that's, why is it doing that? Why is it overlapping? That's why. You know, every time I live stream, this just, I have all these weird problems or I overlook really stupid little things. It's really annoying. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let's just get nervous. Okay. Something like that. Yeah. Cause okay, that was that made it work. So I just copied the one that was working and put the copied the one that was working and moved the text into it. So now I knew that this wasn't working properly. Layout, wrap, columns. See, that should work. I'm pretty damn sure that should work. No gaps. It should wrap this one, then this one, then this one as it fits. No. What? I'm just going to leave that for now. It'll probably fix itself when I save it and reopen it. Just regenerating the CSS cache. Close. I probably don't need half of this stuff, hey? Nope, don't use that. Don't think I'll need that. Don't think I'll need that. I think I'm using the accordion content slider. Yeah, we might use that off canvas. Maybe video. We don't have any videos. Don't need ACF. Don't think we need that one. Um, image masking, maybe. Probably not hotspot. Save those changes. That's it. Yep. Okay. I will clear the cache. I'm just going to start those regenerations. Actually, let's just quickly preview. See, look, it's working fine. There's just a problem in my browser or in my builder. Sorry. Okay, we can use that page. Let's just refresh that and see. Now we'll do our FAQ page. What else do we need to do? Oh, we need to do, so they're all done. We will need to do our search page, which is what I'm thinking is having big tiles of each of these items and then like a big search bar up the top. So it's pretty basic. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working. And then huh? There we go. Now it's the same. Save that. I don't know why I was having so much problems with that. I've regenerated the CSS cache and it seems to be behaving a little better now. So there we go. FAQs. This should be an easy one. Section, heading. Now, there's a few ways. Have I got rank math on? Nope. Okay. There's a few ways that I like to do FAQs. You can create a really simple front end form, question and answer, title and content box with advanced custom fields and advanced custom fields extended. And when your client wants to add a new frequently asked question, they can just go to a form on the front end of their website, type in the question, type in the answer, and by creating a custom post type of an FAQ and then displaying that on your FAQ page via dynamic accordion, then you can have them update and edit their own FAQs as they may need or want to, which can be handy. You do the same thing with a blog post. I mean, if you don't want people having, if you don't want your clients having full access to the back end or they find it a bit overwhelming with all the different options, then that's certainly a really great idea to set it up that way. But I think we will from here just add in our see there is this dynamic accordion and I don't know, I just can't seem to work it out and I don't really like it. So this is the way that I don't use this dynamic accordion to create dynamic accordions. So I just use a put it all in a div and then go repeater query custom post type FAQ, and then actually no, we'll go advanced query post type add FAQ. Okay, now this one will be found row because we don't want the little next showing up. And order ascending, order by I'll go order by title. Anything else? Don't think so. No, that'll do. So that's gonna be my query. I don't think I actually have any FAQ posts, and no, I don't. So let's just add three. And ideally, I used to be like, oh, why do people only um, use, their FAQs are so short, like that, you know, I'm that girl that goes, oh, I know the word count's 1,000 for our assignment, but um, there's nothing in the marking scorecard that says we get marked down based on word count. So, in order to answer every single question that the assignment has asked for, I write like a 20,000 word assignment. So I was like, oh my God, content is king. Let's do FAQ pages this way so that we have more content, and then I can have a page that's indexed on my website with Google with more content by having a really long FAQ page. Now, it turns out if you actually go and read the Google Search Console recommendations, not search, there's like a Google resources where you can find out Google's best practices, not Google's best practices, but SEO best practices. And they suggest that you should keep your FAQ answers short and sweet. Now, it two ways that I like to do this now. One is that I'll always, like if I want to expand on my FAQ, I will have my FAQ post type page and my my question and then my short answer. And then somewhere in here, we will link something to a blog article that will explain that in further detail. Now, if you haven't really got a blog, or you're not planning on having a blog, but you've just got a few questions that are going to be bigger in nature, you can create a custom field that will be suitable for your answer, and then you can put the rest of your explanation in your content. And when you're doing your schema, you just assign the question to the question and the short answer as the answer in your schema. And then the rest of the content is just content. So Google doesn't actually categorize the full text of the page as your answer. It just says, yep, this short bit in this small answer field is your answer. And then you can still have a page that pulls in content and can be ranked not as a not as FAQ content, but just as general content. So um, that's one way. Otherwise, you could just link it out to a blog. Now, I think on Moz and SEMrush and those websites, if you look up, how they suggest to do FAQs, they suggest that your FAQ should be short and that to reference in a blog article. But I kind of think it works the same way as having that answer, because if you set up your schema correctly, you are telling Google this is the answer, and it's just this short little section that's the answer. So um, I'd be curious to see what other people, to hear how other people do it, if they have any special little tricks or whatever. But the reason I have a post type for FAQs, even though they're small, short, it's for the client so that they can edit and update the FAQs if they need to or want to. Okay, so now we've got live, live, live. So we've got at least three of those. Okay, so our repeater. Now we're going to pull in our, no, not dynamic. I always want to call it a dynamic. Add in our accordion. My coffee is getting low. Oh, did our accordion come in? Okay, here's our accordion. Oh, man, I didn't think that's the one. That's not the one I like. Huh? Is that the one I normally use? I don't think that's the one I normally use. No, maybe it is the dynamic. No. Classic accordion. Too many accordions. Okay, see this um doesn't have my little delete there. Depending on what's going on, I or what content you've got underneath it, what else you've got underneath it. Like say this div was really important to me. And okay, let's do this. Let's go. Say I've got a piece of text. They're gonna let me add text there. Okay, let's say I got this piece of text and it's really important to me. I don't want to delete it. I would move that up first because this isn't letting me delete. But now that I've got nothing else in this section that is important to me, I can just go ahead and delete it. Okay, you can like delete the next one up. Repeater. Okay, so here's my repeater again, and we'll pop the classic accordion. We'll just quickly go and add that query again. Oh, it's still there. Nice. Don't know how that worked. Weird things happening today. So my title's going to be my question. So the heading in here, dynamic, title. I don't want to link it because when people click on the heading, we want it to drop down. We don't want it to drop down and then send them to another page. So don't click link. We just want the text. Okay, and then in here we're going to have a little bit of text. And now if they were to put a featured image in with your FAQs, then you could add a picture as well. But generally, we'll just have the text, which I don't know why it's appearing. Is that my text? No, it's not. Okay. Oh, this is terrible today. Okay. Sometimes when these little nuances happen, I like to find other ways of doing things. So really, we just want this to be the content. So we're just going to make that the content. And then if we drag it under here, it will, it should be doing what we want. Let's save it and refresh because I'm having a real hard time. I'm probably going to get off here in a minute and um, check out what's going on with my site speed being so slow and all these errors. I have a feeling I do have a custom plugin and I was playing around with something and I do think there might be some chunks of code, little functions in there um, that I might not be needing and that this was when I was trying to create that little table, repeat the little variations table. So I'm thinking that there might be some code in there that's just shitty and needs to be, yeah. So generally what I do is I don't like having a lot of plugins. Honestly, there's a lot of this. I was trying out a few things. Usually during development, I'll have a lot of things I'll add and remove and whatnot. But where is it? Here it is. My custom stuff. So this is just like a little empty. You can use that, when you first install WordPress and they have that little hello plugin. Use that. That's really all you need to put in your snippets of code. Turn it on. You can just add code directly to it. You don't have to keep turning on and off plugins. Oxygen's great because your page builder doesn't break when the code on your site breaks, it's just the front end. So essentially, you can just shove all your little snippets of code in there. Once it starts getting a bit long, I think when the code takes up more than, I don't know, more than a screen size or more than a screen and a half size, then generally I will um, put it into its own little piece of code, own little plugin. But you can just edit it right here. Don't have to go into your cPanel. And I don't know if I've been doing that. Okay, maybe not this side, but generally what I like to do, because I have a nice big wide monitor, is when I've got uh, okay, when I've got something, I'll put out a really big long line and I'll try and section it this way. So this might be like um, WooCommerce user accounts. And then I'll put anything to do with WooCommerce user accounts under that one. And then what have we got? Custom post types. Oh yeah, see, here we go. Here's an example, but maybe we might just make it a little bit longer. So then you can easily find in the white space what, you know, what what your code's about. But anyway, so that's that. I'm gonna go grab another coffee and play around with the site speed. I don't know if I'll come back on, but maybe we can play around with that because there is a really great Oxygen video on site speed. Um, it is, let's see if we can find it. Oxygen Builder site. I think it's from like 2019. Yep, there we go. I'll open this up. So this is the video here. Definitely worth looking at if you're having some trouble like me today. All right, so I might get off now, but thank you for watching if you have, and I